In this video, we are going to solve not one, but two time-related issues when it comes to manifestation. The first one comes up often when manifesting a specific person, and it's been a long time. We have been in no contact for a long time, sometimes years. Why would they still want me, or can I still manifest them? The second one is more of a global one, and it's something like, I'm getting too old, I'm running out of time. Can I still manifest love, career, money, health at my age? I am expected to have a certain things at this age and I still don't have it. I'm stressed about time. We are first going to talk about what's the actual truth, and then we are, of course, going to solve this the perfect manifestation way. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anna. I'm a manifestation coach, and I help people manifest their dreams into reality using the most simple and practical methods that I myself have used for years. I have resources in the description that you can check out if you want to take your manifestation beyond YouTube. And of course, if this sounds good to you, please subscribe and stay for more. I would love to have you here. So let's take one issue at a time and solve them as we go. This idea that it has been a long time with my specific person, it can be something else. Let me know if you're dealing with an issue like this, which isn't a specific person. But let me just use this as an example. We have been in no contact for years. Why would they want me? Why would they still be thinking about me? First, let me give you a very human, non-manifestation kind of perspective, and then we will go to manifestation immediately. It has been the same amount of time for you, and you're still thinking about them. It is just as easy for them to be thinking about you, unless you think that you are not good enough for them and they're too good for you, which is a manifestation place. This is self-concept, and if this is the case, I would highly recommend that you look into self-concept work, specifically self-worth and self-love. But, so what's the actual truth about this? The truth is that everything is an assumption and everyone is pushed out. So if you keep assuming that it's been a long time and they will not be thinking about me after this time, whatever the reason, it may be self-concept or something else, then that will have to manifest. But on the other hand, why would they want you after all this time? Well, the simplest and most genuine answer I can give you is because you manifest it. That's it. Because you manifest every experience in your reality. You manifested this situation that you're in now, and you will manifest them wanting you or wanting to come back to you and thinking about you after all that time. So we always need to remember, and now I'm bringing you back to the basics. For all those of you who are new to my channel, you will soon notice that I like the basics. I often explain everything going back to the basics because the basics include everything that you need to know, and they include every answer to your questions about manifestation. How does manifestation work? What you assume to be true manifests in your physical reality. So let's say it has been 4 years, 5 years, 15 years, I don't know. Your mind is not thinking, no, your subconscious mind is not thinking like a human. It's not thinking, oh, it's been a long time, they won't want me after this time. What your subconscious mind is doing is, what truth are you giving to me? Is it that it's been a long time and they don't want you, or is it that after all this time they want me even more? It's just an assumption. It's one assumption versus the other. If you start changing those assumptions you have, and you may have other assumptions, I'm just using examples in the video. If you start focusing on what you actually want to happen from now on, Revision is also a possibility, that you have been together all this time and you can revise the whole situation based on what has happened and how long it has been, etc. But you can also take the situation the way it is, and from now on start focusing on and creating assumptions that because it has been this long, because it has been this much time that we haven't talked together or been together, they want me even more. They're fighting for me even harder. They miss me like crazy. They are becoming more and more sure that I am the one they want. Now see how this changed the way you view your situation. And whichever one you focus on the most will become true. First of all, whichever one you focus on the most, the first thing that happens is that it will feel true to you before anything happens in the 3D. So, and I also have to say, when you focus on the 3D also feels true. So if you are constantly focused on them not being there in your physical reality, so now you're only focusing on lack. And these lack thoughts and assumptions will bring up other similar thoughts and assumptions. So now you have created a whole story with a lot of because of this, because of that, that makes your current situation seem real, true, fixed, etc. You don't want that. What you need to do is to remove your focus, and this is your solution. You remove your focus from what is or what happened to what do you actually want. You can also go directly to the end, we are together, etc. The problem has already been solved. This is one of my favorite ways to do things. You go to the end and you don't have to deal with what happens, what do they want, what do they not want. They're already with you. So it's one assumption versus another. And the truth is that everything is an assumption. Your current reality is a manifestation of your assumptions. It's not the ultimate truth. So the second issue, which is I'm running out of time, I'm getting too old, can I still have these things in my life, age-related, etc. Back to the truth, everything is an assumption. These ideas that we need to be doing the same thing at the same age, everyone, in all cultures, etc., it's all assumptions. It's a cultural thing, it's assumptions, but you don't have to reject it. Maybe you like the idea of having these things at a certain age, etc. But the idea that you're running out of time and you're getting too old, that's an assumption. If you keep assuming that to be true, that will be your experience. As challenging as this may seem, you have to get rid of that assumption. How do you get rid of assumptions? Is that you replace it with a different assumption. First of all, you can affirm general things, such as, I have all the time in the world. I am in time. I am always in time. I always get to do things in the right time. So you change your idea of you being too late. And I promise you, with practice, that will change. Your assumptions will change and your feeling state will change. Because I know I'm working with many clients. Some of them are dealing with things like this. And I know that it can be very, very stressful when you are convinced that you're running out of time. That conviction is an assumption. I promise you that. It's an assumption. Change it. Affirm something different. And the same way, so this is the truth that I promised you, it's an assumption. The solution is to change the assumption. So if you have a situation where you want children and you're convinced that you're too old, that's an assumption. I don't want to discuss any science or biology or anything here, but I have to say that every law is under the assumption. No law, no biology, no physical law is above God, which is your wonderful human imagination and your assumptions. So, and also I have mentioned this in other videos. I think it's worth repeating. How many times have we not experienced science claiming something as the ultimate truth, and then a few years later claiming that, oh, by the way, we didn't know better, something else is true. So don't get too hung up or caught up in those things. If you want children, if you want career, because sometimes I hear that, oh, it doesn't work like that because they want the younger ones, they want this and they want that. And I hear this from women also about their specific person. Men want younger women, etc. It's all assumptions. It's not true. It's not the truth. It's all assumptions. And it is also objectively not true. There's no objective truth. But if you look around, really, it's not true. None of this is true. We are making things up and we are experiencing this. So how do you solve this? You simply ask yourself, what do I want to experience? Maybe I want to experience that in this kind of business that I want to be in, or relationship, or whatever it is that you're manifesting. I want to experience that my age is the perfect one. And you can come up with reasons also. You can come up with any reason, such as I become more beautiful with age, I become more wise and experienced and more interesting and more attractive with time, even though thanks to Joseph Murphy for this, aging is a scam. That's also an assumption, but more about this in a different video. You can find a lecture about aging being a scam by Joseph Murphy. I don't remember the lecture. If anyone remembers it, please type the title in the comments. But everything related to aging that we know is an assumption. The fact that the body deteriorates, or you get I don't know, weaker or ill or anything like that with age. It's simply not true. I was lucky enough to have discovered manifestation 15 years ago. Back then I was much younger, and even then I thought, oh my God, if I had known this before. But now I'm thankful that I've discovered this, and I have changed many of my assumptions about these things. And I can tell you that you physically change and you physically experience your assumptions changed. So therefore, everything is an assumption, and again, I can guarantee you from my own experience that you will experience your assumptions. When your assumptions change, you physically experience those changes. So what do you assume to be true, and is it serving you? Is it something that you want? Do you want to keep the assumption that you become less important, weaker, or anything like that with time? Or do you want to experience the opposite? Do you want to experience that just because it has been a long time your specific person doesn't want you? Or do you want to experience that because it has been a long time they want you even more? Now they're here because of that. You can twist and turn these assumptions and the story that you create however you like to experience, and stick with it. It has to manifest. I feel like I'm saying this by the end of every video I make almost. It has to manifest, because the law is of assumption. What you assume to be true will manifest in your physical reality, and you can decide what you assume to be true about yourself, about your life, about your experiences with other people, about your experience with health, your own body, money, career, whatever you are manifesting. You can create these assumptions and stick with them, and they have to manifest. Once again, if you want to take your manifestation beyond YouTube, please check out the resources down below that I have created for you. And subscribe and stay for more. Have a beautiful day, and see you in the next video.